couple of days ago, I got some really cool items in the mail from 711L. Now, these are add-ons that will work with the Leatherman bit driver that is in the Wave, in the Charge, in the Surge, and many, many other tools. So it might be a proper option to take a look at, which is what we're gonna do today. Now, 711L is a company that's been making add-ons for Leatherman for a little while now. They've been very popular. The quality is very high, so these are both made in Taiwan. Very, very high standards as far as what I've seen. And they work very, very well. Now, this is an update basically to what they already had, except that they now included a hole, which will allow you to attach it to your keychain, and that's a really efficient way to carry this. In fact, with this as something you attach to your keychain, it almost by itself works as a screwdriver without needing to be installed in any sort of multi-tool in the first place. I would have no trouble using this for many, many different smaller tasks without having to actually pull out some other implement. Now, the advantage here over some other add-ons is that this system can work with not only the Leatherman bit system, which it does, it will also, okay, I gotta show you, there's actually a certain, I can't remember which angle. One of these angles actually locks in. Is that it? There it is. There's the locking angle. It will work with the Leatherman bit system, and it'll also work with standard 1/4 inch as well as the Weeha double-sided bits. Now, technically, I bet it also works with the double-sided bits from Klein, but those have a ball detent, and you might have a lot of difficulty popping them out. You're gonna have to press them from the back. I would imagine it works. It's just going to be extra secure. So just keep that in mind. Now, they also are releasing a new iteration that I really like, and this has an articulating head that locks in place depending on the angle that you want. I really, really like this design, and I think this would be the one I would go for personally, given the chance. Now, once again, we have the hole so you could put it on a keychain. It is, however, heavier and bigger than this other one. So there's definitely a difference in size between the two. Now, both of these will fit and lock into any Leatherman with the bit system. So that's the Leatherman Arc, Charge, the Surge, the Curl, and many, many others. Now, here's the thing. This goes with the articulating head specifically. If I turn it this way, I technically have an inline driver, but notice that it's like off weirdly to the handle. Now, that's not what this is really designed for, right? It's designed to use an angle so you can get into a weird spot. But how nice would it be if this was in line with the handle? In other words, we turn this 90 degrees and now it's sort of in line, like an inline ratcheting driver, but it's also good for, you know, doing it at 90 degrees. Now you're talking. And in order to do that, you have to kind of rotate this 90 degrees. So if they're watching and they're asking my opinion, can we have one more variation that has this just turned 90 degrees? If we do that, then all of the tools out there that use the Leatherman bit system are going to get a huge boost. And because the inline bit driver is so popular and it's always sold out, this would be a really good substitute. And it already is, but even more so. Now, something about the Weeha bit driver that's worth mentioning, most of the bits will function perfectly without any help. So in the case of even this one, which is a T30 and a T25, I believe, even this will fit all the way through and lock in, okay? This one will work. It appears that the hole here, where you need to kind of go through, is approximately, it's like just around 6 mil. And that's enough that you can't go through with a standard hex bit, and most of the double-sided bits will go through it, but there's a few that won't. So for instance, this one right here, this is a 6 millimeter on one side with a 1/4 inch in the middle and then 5 mil on the opposite side. And this is just enough that it doesn't quite securely hold and it doesn't go through all the way either. So this is the only bit so far that I've seen that doesn't really work properly, and even then, it still works okay. Like, you could use it, but you may lose your bit if you're working in a small space and you can't pick up the bit afterwards because it's not going to be as secure. That's it. That's the only one I've seen that doesn't work. all the Leatherman bits function. You just have to make sure you find the right one that locks. There it is, that's the one that locks. And now it won't fall out. So all the bits, except for the ones that are basically as wide as the 1/4 inch, will fit on both sides. You may have one of them that you can only use one of the sides, just like in the case of the WeHa bit system where you have one bit that's not quite as easy to use. But other than that, they're all gonna function really well. These are not, I wouldn't say they're the cheapest thing, but the ratcheting bit driver from Leatherman is already $30, and I know it's not made in Taiwan. So, and I know it's not made to this quality standard. I watched, in fact, Ben from Texas Tool Crib break it so easily that it didn't even register on his scale when he was testing the foot-pounds of it. So I prefer something like this, because at least I can trust that more likely I would break the holder itself than the actual ratcheting driver. Just my opinion. Either way, these are nice little additions that are maybe worth considering if you're looking for an add-on for your Leatherman tools. Let me know what you think down below. Is there a type of add-on for Leatherman that they don't make that you think should exist? Maybe we can get the word out and somebody will make it. As always, thank you guys for your time, and we'll talk again soon.